Welcome to Subramani. I'm going to talk about a slightly touchy topic, that is women and financial abuse. Women are financially abused, it's pretty common, and so are men. There are men also who are financially abused, but today we will talk about how women are financially abused. A young girl gets married. She's got a good degree, maybe she's got an engineering degree or an MBA degree. She's earning say 9 lakhs and she marries a guy who is earning say 25 lakhs. Now this is not very uncommon, but this happens. So after some time, the guy, when they decide to have a baby, the guy makes a very innocent remark saying, whatever you do, you will not earn as much as I do. So one of us who has to give up a job, you give up the job and you look after the kids, you look after the family. So I will do the earning. You heard this very innocent remark, but it could be beginning of an abuse unless you have full access to his bank account, credit card, or whatever you want to spend, including money that you spend for which you don't have to give an answer. You don't have to say, I bought myself a dress. You just say, I spent it. Now, for a girl to decide to take the secondary role, she has to decide whether she will be able to take his money and take her parents for a vacation to say Singapore. Maybe she would have done it with her own money. Will she be comfortable doing it with her husband's money? The answer seems to be very difficult, because here is an independent girl who was earning 9 lakhs, who was spending it the way she wanted, and she's married to a guy where she feels, she may not have to, but she feels that she has to justify every rupee that she spends. So why did you take a Ola car? Why did you not go by bus? Why did you not go by auto? Any of these questions could be beginning of a long-term abuse, so please be careful. But this is a very common heard thing that when women themselves say it, but Subra, I'm not the primary provider, he's the primary provider. The minute you say this, you are undercutting yourself, you are putting yourself under stress, saying, but you are the primary provider. You provided him with 2 children, you provided him with a house, you provided him everything. So you are the primary provider. He is the primary provider of cash. You are the primary provider of support, right? So don't get, I hate hearing this, and I hate women being financially abused, and there are women who don't even know that they are being financially abused. So let us look at, the greatest example you can think of is Britney Spears. Actress, she's a showwoman, she's a singer, she can go around the world, she can sing, she can earn money, complete freedom to earn money, but she can't spend more than $7,000 a month without asking her father. She's under what is called conservatism or conservatorship in the US, and I think it is complete abuse. And she's put a petition saying she should be out, and I can't understand. Here is a woman who is old enough to have children and look after children, but she's allowed to go out, earn money, release albums, earn millions, but her father controls her money. This is abuse. So what if it's a parent who is doing it? It could be a parent, it could be a boyfriend, it could be a husband, right? So largely we're talking of women. So what would you think are the words which you have to be careful? When he says, I will look after the money, you look after the children, great start, but does not mean you abdicate till you completely trust him into the marriage, maybe 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, I do not know when. Don't do this. Say money is as much a joint responsibility as children are, as cooking is, as looking after the house is. It is not your responsibility or my responsibility. It's a joint responsibility. We have joint dreams, joint goals. We have a house which is a joint house, so we better do everything joint. So it's not that I look after the children and you look after the money. Second, the other abuse is, oh, you're a woman, you won't understand money. Bullshit. There is absolutely nothing to say somebody who's got a vagina should know cooking, and somebody who's got balls should look after money. There's no such thing. Okay, this is a human-made thing. It's time you broke it. Women end up at the age of 50 not knowing how to withdraw money from an ATM. That is even worse. There is no reason why educated women who can run a house should ever get into this kind of an abuse. So, but the message is very clear. I look after the money, you look after this. Well, if he does that, great, but participate in it. Ask him why PPF, why not NPS, why in equity fund, why ELSS. Keep asking every move that happens. Don't just be blind to it. If you don't understand the explanation, ask, read, find out. There are blogs, there are vlogs like this one. We keep talking about all these products, so learn it and make sure that you're at least seeing what he's doing. It should not happen that he tells you, oh, you need not work, you don't have to do anything, and then cuts you off completely. 5 years after being unemployed, you will soon become unemployable, and if you have 2 kids to support and he doesn't pay you anything, you're in big deep shit, right? So other form of abuse is whenever she asks for money, guys scream and say, you don't know how to handle money, you're a woman, you just blow it. Nonsense. This is just a way of hiding that and the fact that he does not want you to spend the money. Be careful. Don't take such messages lying down. Bank, if he keeps separate bank accounts, does not allow you access to his bank account, make sure that these warning signals are heeded too. Don't say, I didn't even see it coming. 20 years into marriage and then women say, I didn't even see it coming. You're absolutely blind. You should have seen this. I am not saying every marriage ends up in bad abuse, but when there is an abuse and there are signals, at least learn to pick up the signals. See whether your friends are going through it, right? Oh, you're a woman, I can't trust you with money. That is again nonsense. So just freeze him, stop him right there and say, no, this can't work. This is really a red flag in the relationship. See what is going wrong with the relationship. So, and there are guys who will say, oh, I actually give her money, she doesn't take it. Wrong. It's a lie. So you have to have access to your bank account, his bank account, your credit cards, his credit cards and debit cards. Of course, if you have a spending problem, then you better be careful. I'm not saying it is a license to go and blow all the money, but be responsible towards money, and I think both of you should be responsible towards money. Okay, let me just tell you, sum up what is financial abuse. If you have no access to the joint bank accounts, if you have zero sense of what is your family's net worth, if you have no credit card, if you have no bank account of your own savings which you can withdraw whenever you want without having to give an explanation, and you have no ways of earning your own money, assets are not held in your name, all the assets are held in his name or either or survivor, just check out all those things. If all this is happening or some of it is happening, it could be a great case of abuse. And if you are a little insecure about your marriage, then there could be a signal that he wants to just dump you and go, maybe dump you with the kids and go. Make sure that these things are not happening in your life or to people around you, your friends, colleagues, sisters, right? So financial abuse just happens everywhere. You have to be careful. Don't accept things like you're not a woman can't handle, or you can't handle money because you're a woman. Financial literacy is a learned skill. It's not that you knowing and all. You have to learn it. You may have some instincts which could be better than your husband's, and you will be spending based on your individual personality. If you come from a very rich family, chances are you will spend more. And if he comes from a rich family, chances are that he will spend much more. So understand your personalities, sit down with your goals, see how much he is investing, how much you're understanding out of that. When he puts money in equity, ask him whether he understands equity. Is he doing an SIP? There is absolutely no reason for you not to understand or ask or any of those things, and then say, oh, I got abused. Of course you got abused, but then you should have seen the signals of being abused, and the signals that he is picking up all the money, keeping it with himself, investing in his name, maybe making you a nominee, but nothing beyond that. And then realize that, oh, something is going wrong. And then when he dumps you, you say, oh, these were signals. Yes, if these are signals, Take charge of it now. Take care now. Talk to people, learn, and monitor your own investments. If you're not doing that, don't blame the world for being abused. The world is not going to come and solve it. You will have to still solve it yourself. At least start by meeting an advisor. Thank you.